We're back. What's
Omar,
up?
there comes a time, in every something, there comes a time that we must discuss two movies that are very similar,
Yeah, very different.
very different.
Yeah.
And there comes a time where these two movies are made by two rival companies, and
so rivalry.
a rivalry that has
so
been
tense.
fueled by anger, hatred,
And fanboys. So many fanboys.
so many fanboys.
And
And we have a rare occurrence here. We're actually two fanboys of the opposite team.
yeah, clearly. What's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
Shazam.
I don't have a Marvel shirt on. But Marvel, yes, obviously. So, and since people are too afraid to discuss this topic, I think we should discuss it.
Let's discuss it.
Let's discuss Batman versus Superman versus Civil War. And
Versus fanboys.
versus fanboys.
Versus fanboys.
We're gonna go out tangents. You've seen our videos. You know how
Hopefully you've seen our videos.
you probably have. We're amazing.
Yeah.
They haven't, bro. We got like 1 subscriber. It's my mom.
I want to subscribe to my cousin Ned. Alright, so let's go. Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about the movie that came out. Got mixed reviews, and let's say kind of shocked all of us. And with this, we're gonna have Omar start. Batman vs Superman. Go.
Fuck. Where do I start with this movie? I love it and I hate it. I changed my review so many times, like, oh, dude, it's an out of 10 right out of the theater. Then I changed it, like, alright, maybe it's like an 8.5. And then, like, recently it's like, alright, looking back at it, 7.5 out of 8. And that's where I stand, 7.5 or 8 out of 10. And the fanboy in me says, alright, give it an 8. But then, like, the critical me is like, alright, give it a 7.5. It's not as bad as Rotten Tomatoes seems it out to be, but it has its problems. It has its flaws. And as I've been reading DC for a long time, you guys know this, I've read New 52. I have read pre-New 52 for a long time. There are some things I disliked about it. The character motivations were kind of lacking for Superman. I get it. Batman was on a tangent, fucking marking people, and then they would get killed in prison. But the first time Superman meets Batman, he threatens the shit out of his life. What the fuck? That's not Superman. And I'm gonna sound like an old fan here. Oh, that's not my Superman. My Superman doesn't do that. He doesn't though. I mean, rarely hasn't. In New 52, he's a dick. All right, he's pretty much an asshole. But I don't know, man. I don't really like how they're going with this Superman. I'm not really liking it. Batman kills, which alright. Almost every single Batman movie he's killed, but Superman is kind of unforgivable. You can't do that to what is supposed to be the symbol of hope. What's supposed to be a ray of light. You can't do that to him. You can't make him into an asshole who doesn't know a mopey asshole who doesn't know what to do and threatens the shit out of people. What do you think?
I think the film for me was very lackluster. I went in with very high hopes and kind of expectations, and I know I shouldn't have, but it was the first time we see two giants on screen, Batman, Superman. That name alone attracted so many people in that very first opening weekend. But the mixed reviews on that, I denied it as much as I could. I denied it. I was like, no, this movie's gonna be great. This movie's gonna be great.
Same.
I walked in that theater, and I, honest to God, that first half of the movie, I just could not get into it.
Really?
I just could not. I mean,
liked it.
I understand like what they were trying to do. They're trying to make it political. But the thing is, the opening sequence when we see Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed again and him flying up in the air and everything like that, it's a very choppy film. It doesn't flow well. It does not flow well. You go from Bruce Wayne to Clark to Bruce Wayne to doing something stupid.
To Lois's side story.
To Jimmy Olsen getting killed in the first 5 seconds of the film.
To Lex, which I gotta say, can I say something real quick? Real quick. And this Zack Snyder does not know Superman. And you're gonna say, oh no, the fault's on Zack Snyder. Some of the fault is on Zack Snyder when he has final say on script. When he's the head of the DC Entertainment movie verse. It's his fault. And he gets Superman. He gets the very general idea of him, but he doesn't get what makes him Superman. By killing him off, right, like, at the end of the movie, by killing off his Clark Kent persona, because in the newspaper they say Clark Kent reporter was killed. By killing off Jimmy Olsen. Like, I think my favorite Superman moment was just the quiet moment with him and Lois when they're in the tub. Not because she was naked, but because you felt love. You felt love in that scene. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna stop being Superman because, just because people say so. And that was probably one of my favorite scenes out of the movie. And Snyder does not know Superman. And it's a good thing he was kicked off his head. Because you can't do this to this character that's been around for almost, 77 years? Like, you can't do that to him, man. And that's my little rant right there. He doesn't know Superman. He doesn't know what... He doesn't know him, man. He doesn't fucking know him!
He doesn't know what makes Superman Superman. Superman, even though he's an alien, and even though he's outside, he is not a part of humanity. But that's what makes him a part of humanity. Because we can all relate to being an outsider. We can all relate to being some guy trying to make his name out there. Okay, we're not all gods, but we are all people. Mm-hmm. And obviously we all have felt that outsider-ish feel. Superman does not feel like Superman in these movies. In Man of Steel, in Batman vs. Superman, he does not feel like Superman.
Okay, I'll let Snyder go with Man of Steel because I consider that movie more of a Clark Kent / Kal-El movie more than a Superman movie. Yeah. And that's why I'll let it go. I enjoy Man of Steel, even though he snapped the shit out of someone's neck. Spoilers.
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind him snapping Zod's neck. It showed that for his love of humanity, he must take a life in order for him to save a life.
I saw it more as that too. Like, in the end, it's kind of like that one question. You can save these people, but you have to kill this person. Yeah.
I forgot where I heard that quote from. I'm sorry. But, that is such a great quote, and I always feel that way. I have felt that way since I first saw Man of Steel. But, I think Man of Steel was just, it didn't feel like a Superman movie to me.
It wasn't, but I think that was the point. It wasn't a Superman movie. That's why I'll let Snyder go, but...
I will forgive it had he not done the same thing in Batman vs.
Superman. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Alright. It was first day on the job. Fine, I'll let Man of Steel go. But after he's been Superman for 2.5 years and he's still a moping asshole, I can't let that go, man. I can't. And then him killing off Jimmy Olsen, some people don't even know what Jimmy Olsen means to Superman. Most people are like, fuck Jimmy Olsen, he's a fucking nerd. Nah, man, that's his best friend.
That's his human connection.
That's his human connection, man. He needs more friends, and especially in this universe that he made where all he has is Lois. He needed more friends in this universe Jimmy is he's the person that looks up to Superman and basically gives Superman a reason to keep on being Superman. And they killed him off. I'm pretty sure they can fucking fix it though. It's pretty easy to fix Jimmy Olsen. They could just say that some agent stole Jimmy Olsen's idea.
That could have been an alias for the guy.
Yeah, it could have been an alias, or some agent stole his credentials and he passed off as Jimmy Olsen. It's easily fixable, and I hope it is because. I'm not alright, Jimmy Olsen's kind of an outdated character, but he means a lot to the Superman character. And I hope they fix that mistake.
I wouldn't say this movie left me ecstatic about the DCEU. I would not say that at all. I would say it left me worried. It left me scared. I don't know where this is going. Even the directors for Aquaman and The Flash have signed off.
Yeah.
So
no, Aquaman's still on.
Aquaman's still on? I thought he was debating.
No, that's just a rumor. But Flash director's out. Thank God. A one-time director shouldn't be directing this type of big of a movie.
The thing is though, the only redeeming factors Batman vs Superman had was basically Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah.
Aside from and a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, but Ben Affleck's Batman was killing. I'm like, no, shut the fuck up, okay? Batman used to kill, alright? In the very first issue, he had a gun with him. He would kill people. Overall, Let's just final thoughts.
Motivations weren't really clear. Visuals were great. Can't lie, the visuals were good.
Visuals were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was a solid visuals, bro.
Yeah, pretty good visuals. I mean, that's what he excels in. Go for it.
That Batsuit, man. That Batsuit was probably the best Batsuit we've seen on screen. Yeah.
Visuals were good. Acting was okay. I didn't have a problem with Affleck or Alfred or cinematography was good.
The only thing that like I said, some of the
story.
Yeah,
editing the story wasn't
uneven story. It was trying to be too many things at once. It was too convoluted with everything that it had going for it. It should have just been either Dawn of Justice or Batman vs Superman or just Man of Steel 2. But they couldn't decide.
It was all three.
They shoehorned everything in there.
It was all three.
And that's what was his biggest downfall. It couldn't handle all that.
Well, I guess what this movie did do is, I mean, it kind of got me excited for a solo Batman movie.
It did. That's the only thing it got me excited for, though. It didn't get me excited for The Flash. It didn't get me excited for Aquaman. It didn't get me excited for Cyborg.
I mean, to me, this is just me speaking. I don't know about you. I kind of want a Superman solo movie. I feel like they shouldn't have done this movie. I feel like if they did like a sequel to Man of Steel and the repercussions of it, I would have enjoyed it more.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Man of Steel 2. You Batman. Then you do Batman vs Superman.
Or you do World's Finest.
World's Finest would be pretty dope.
World's Finest would be better. Like, I don't know, man. Like, my theory is the only reason why we have a Batman vs Superman movie that came out is because Zack Snyder saw his chance to recreate Frank Miller's fight, and he went for it. And I don't feel like that's not the smartest decision to make when you're trying to build a Justice League movie. You know, like that's not the story you should go with. That's a story that should be a little later when you do Tower of Babel. You could have done a Tower of Babel movie, and you could have had your Batman vs Superman fight there. But other than that, should have been the World's Finest movie, to be honest.
Superman should not have died in this movie either.
Superman?
He should not have died in this movie.
Oh no, he shouldn't have died.
That was terrible. Terrible pacing.
I mean, it was emotional. Can't lie, the music made it.
I knew he was gonna die.
I didn't. I was actually surprised.
I knew he was gonna die as soon as like there was so many like as soon as he picked up the spear, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but like before the movie came out, I didn't know he was gonna die.
Oh yeah, no.
But when he picked up the spear and the music started playing, I was like, oh, he did.
I'm was just like, this is really. The thing is with Batman vs Superman, it's not necessarily a bad film. It's not a good film. It's okay. It's like for me, I give it a 6 out of 10.
7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
7.5. I mean, just because just fanboy me, man. I love these characters.
All right. Unbiased opinion. Let's say you're just taking this from like a critical analysis.
It's a 7.
It's a 7.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
For me, it's always been 7.8 or 8 or 7.5 or 8. Yeah. I'm leaning more towards 7.5.
Yeah. For me, it's like 6.5. But mostly, like, I'm leaning towards that 6.
I gotta say, though, when I was in theaters, when I went to the early screening, that Flash game got me hyped. Me and my friend Seth. Fucking hyped, bro. I don't know about you, but I don't know, man. It was just, that actually got me hyped.
No.
I was like, oh, fuck.
I like what they were doing with it, but the only thing that really got me hyped was basically Wonder Woman's battle theme. As soon as I could start it. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I mean, I'm excited for a Batman solo film. I'm excited for Wonder Woman. I don't know about the rest of the DCU, but like, we'll see what happens. We're gonna end off this part of Batman vs Superman versus Civil War right here, and next video we're gonna discuss Civil War. So with that,
don't miss out. I've been Omar.
Are we gonna start saying that?
I'm saying it. Fuck you, man. I'm saying it.
All right. I'm Christian.
There you go.
There we go. And please caress and make sweet love to that like button.
Oh, and subscribe to that subscribe button.
Yeah. All right.
Press it, please.
Yes. Just touch it.
Please
touch it. Like,